Within most NFT collections, there are items that are much more rare than others. And because something is much more rare, it can be much more valuable than something that's less rare. And the fact of the matter is, you have a lot of people that don't understand the rarity score. They see the floor of a project, and if they're wanting to get the heck out of a project, they will list their item at the floor price. Many, without looking at the rarity score of their item. This is where you can pick up really valuable items at the floor or near the floor that are worth much more than what the person is listing them for. We're going to get into all that and how you look at the up rarity score, and we're going to dive into a project that I've aped into because I see some future value in it, and I just like the project itself. First off, just want to say I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this should be taken as financial advice. Please do your due diligence on any project that you're looking to get into. With that being said, we're going to look at a project called The Evolving Forest. And this is a game that's being created with these 3D plants that'll be in 4K resolution. And it's a breeding and fruiting game. And I just love plants. And so when I found the project shortly after it had minted, I bought a couple plants, and I've been kind of dollar cost averaging into the project from then on. Part of the reason I'm excited about the project is just the creativity that's gone into it and how it has a lot of thought that's gone into the creation of the game itself. Here we've got one of the plant rooms that will be used in the game where the plants are being grown. We can look at the breeding cycle itself. Over 5,000 of the NFTs are currently staked, earning a PSCI or Pavilion, which is the in-game token. And it doesn't have any value at this time, but will at the launch of the game sometime in Q1 2022. So let's jump over to OpenSea and take a look at the project. There's 9,336 of these saplings available. It says there's 1.6K owners, but 5,000 of the items are staked right now, which means they're actually sitting in a different wallet earning the Pavilion. Right now, the project minted for 0.12, so the floor price is a quarter of that, 0.032. If we look at the floor, we can look at the items and see what is for sale. But how do you determine if one is more valuable than the other? That's where Rarity.tools comes in. So Rarity.tools is the website. I've already got it set to the Evolving Forest. You can look to see if your project is in here, and then you can find out what traits are unique or rare there. And to figure out what traits are most rare is the traits are going to be listed over on the side. So you can open up any of these. Growth stage, these are all saplings. They're all Genesis generation. They're in different pots, and the pots have different values, so we can look and see, which one is the rarest, which one has the lowest number of them. And if we look at the Crimson Dragon's Egg, we can click on that. And then roll over here, and we will see by rarity which ones are here. And then if we want to see which ones are available for sale, we can click buy it now, and we'll see there's only one of those pots that is even available. So we know if one of those pops up on the market at a floor price because somebody's bailing out of the project, that might be a great one to buy. And then to clear any of this information out, just click the X's, and we can go back to look at other details. The soil isn't going to have any reference in this because it's all pretty evenly spaced. Same thing with the leaves. Just from looking at that in the past, I know that whisper strands are a little more rare than everything else, which are these blue furry things that are coming down. But once we get to the trunk, then we get into some more rare things that we can look at. And we'll see by rarity that with the trunk, it's this ancient form. They all have the same curvature look to them, even though they have different bark on them. Those are more rare, so we know if we see an item with that trunk, that's more rare. That's something that we want to look at. And the rarity ranks are from 4 to 260. So 260 is the lowest ranked with with the trunk of ancient form. So we know that's a valuable item. And then we can look at others by clearing this out again. You can see the coiled sprite is fairly valuable, and we can figure out what that is by clicking on coiled sprite and looking at the plants, seeing they all have this coiled look to them, even though they have different other qualities to the bark. And that's the next thing we can look at. So we need to clear off the trunk again so that we get the full thing. So we want to, if we click on infused, it's going to show us which one is our infused bark. And we'll see they all have this light blue on top of the, as far as the bark on whatever the trunk has on it. And that those are rarity ranks 1 through 212. And any of these you can look at the second page to see what the cheapest one is, and also click on, if we click on buy it now, you can see which ones are available for sale right now, and we'll see that there are only 7 for sale right now, and the cheapest one you can get is 0.75 ETH. So you can quickly determine from looking at the at these rarity features what the most rare items are, and really get an idea of what is more rare for the project. When we look at flowers, let me click rid of the buy it now and infused. Then it's going to show us all the different flowers, and this is where there's a lot of difference in what's available, but we can look for the most rare, which is the Azure Athena. There's only 35 plants that have this. They do go from rank 1 to 1184, and then if we want to, we can switch this to price low to high to see what the lowest one for sale is, which is 0.6 ETH. So even though our floor is 0.032 on the project, there are items that are very rare that have a lot higher price. So people that just look at the floor of a project and go, oh, this is not going anywhere, aren't looking at the big picture and realizing that there's a lot of other factors that determine the value of the NFT, what somebody's willing to pay for that item. Also, another interesting thing on this is that there are different what they call symbiotes, which are the different little items that are in the pot. And it was something I didn't know at first, but just from being in the Discord, that there are some that are double symbiotes. So we have to find that. We can look at trait counts. So there's 8,870 that have 9, but there's 466 that have 10 traits. And what is the extra trait? It is having 2 of these symbiotes in each item, and those are more rare if it has 2 symbiotes. So you know automatically, if you're looking through the items over here, you're looking to see, are there 2 symbiotes or just 1 in the pot? And they're always going to have 1 on the right, and if it's got 2, there's going to be another one somewhere over on the left. So I've been able to get some rare items that way, where somebody didn't know that having 2 symbiotes in the plant made it more valuable. They could have gotten maybe 2 or 3 times as much money for it, even though the floor was 0.03, but they didn't have any idea of that. And to show an example of one that I got just on the 27th, somebody had listed an attenuated bark for 0.025. So if we look up number 4170, and you can look up any plant that's for sale over here, you can see this green bark. This green bark is attenuated, which raises the rarity score 118.2 just for having this bark. And if we then close that out and then scroll down to look at just attenuated bark and get rid of the trait count, we'll see that the floor for attenuated bark is 0.24 ETH. So I was able to pick that up for 0.025 ETH plus gas. So it probably cost me 0.045 ETH but now I own something that's basically got a value of worth 5 times more than that. Now, that doesn't mean I could turn around and sell that tomorrow for 0.24 ETH. You still have to find a buyer that's willing to pay that, and it's usually the people that are looking for more rare plants that might buy that, and most people are looking for bargains. But I know I could easily put it up for twice what I paid for it if I was just looking to flip things. And then if we clear out the filters on here, and then we're searching low price low to high. You can change this to either price high to low, recently listed, or rarity. The thing is with Rarity.tools, it's not real time. They only update occasionally throughout the day. So if we're putting low to high here, we'll see this plant at 0.033 ETH. But if we go back to the evolving forest, let's just refresh that there, because whatever's here is going to be real time. We can see there's another plant that somebody has decided, well, I need to sell mine for lower. You can always click on it. You can see the properties here as well. This is going to be the same information we were looking at: the bark, the flowers, the generation. We'll see that the cauldron, it's like, oh, that only has 2%. Only 2% have this cauldron, so that's something that's rare. So let's see if it has any value. To find that, we're going to grab this number here, 8731. We're just going to put that over here, 8731. We're looking it up, and we'll see that it has a rarity score of 94.77, which isn't high, but the cauldron pot does help give it a higher rarity. And so it puts the rarity in the top 50% at 4290. And we can see here it's listed at 0.1 because that the last time that the information was updated for OpenSea on Rarity.tools, they had it listed at 0.1 ETH. They probably just decided, hey, I need to get rid of this. I've got another project I want to get into, or I don't want to stay in this project anymore. So they've just listed it at the floor, and somebody will purchase that and have a floor item that the other person had paid or had minted for 0.12. So this has never been sold before. Minted it just 3 months ago. Once again, it's only a 3-month-old project, which things move so fast in the NFT space that a 3-month-old project is like old news. I'm looking for the next thing for a lot of people, which is where you can pick up valuable items for games that haven't released their, or for NFTs that haven't released their game yet, that could have a big value in the future. So I hope this helps you understanding a little bit what NFTs are. Do some research, go find some gaming NFTs that are out there, and find something that you're crazy about, and start learning about what the different NFTs are that are available in the game, how they're going to be used, and what makes them rare, so that you can start finding rare items that are on the floor that people are just unloading, and you can find valuable NFTs that may have a future value that's much higher than what people are selling them for. There's lots of people that just make their money flipping by doing this. They're following certain projects. They know what the floor is. They know what the rare items are. They're buying when they see something that is that somebody just didn't realize they had something that was rare, and they sold it cheap, and they're gonna flip that for a profit quickly. If you found this valuable, please click the like button. It really helps the channel to be found. And if you want more information on this and other projects that I'm looking to get into, or have already gotten into, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be first to know when we've got new videos that are out there. Also, please feel free to comment in the section below, so you can let me know if there's any questions you have or other games that you're interested in getting into. And one other detail, I did want to let you know that I've got my own NFT project. It's more of an art project and a community building project, and I'm not putting a lot of hype behind it, but I believe I'm going to be able to build a community that's going to be really helpful in the NFT world together. You can find out more at quest.vision about the project. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment below, or if there's gaming NFTs you'd like to hear me make videos about, feel free to comment about those. And thank you so much for watching till the end here. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.